done without this course. It's called the buddy tape job. Literally all you do, you tape the fingers together, one above the joint that's injured, one above the joint that's injured, one below. Simple stuff. That's not the tape job I want you to do for this test. Okay? The one I'm going to have you do is a little bit more complicated. It's called a finger spica. Okay? You're going to start off with some anchors. So I'm going to actually have you...
Sorry, finger what?
It's called a finger spica.
Spica.
So there are always cases where you can't tape the fingers together. Okay? What cases can you think of where an athlete can't play if you tape their fingers together?
Fracture.
Basketball, absolutely.
Tennis.
Tennis, you probably could tape them together because they don't need to splay their fingers. Volleyball is the other one I had in mind. So when you're doing your anchors, the key thing here, you can't do it in bowling, but you can't do this tape job in bowling either. The very first thing is that you want to make sure you don't cover that knuckle. Okay? So first two anchors there, and I'm going to secure it to this finger here. So I'm going to do another two anchors.
So you went around the finger twice. Is that...
You just make sure it's around once. We're just adding an anchor so that the tape adheres better.
Okay.
So which one's injured?
So it could have been this finger injured or this finger injured. We're going to use the other finger to splint the injured finger. Okay? Now typically if it's these two fingers go together and these two fingers go together. So you don't typically do that one to that one. Because I mean in sports like volleyball, if you look at their volley, it's usually the two fingers, so you're not going to tape the other ones if you don't need to. Okay? So we're going to start off with our anchors. Again, we want to make sure that we are not making any wrinkles and covering that knuckle joint. Okay? That's step one. Then what you're going to do is you're going to have the athlete assume a functional position. So if you were a volleyball and you need to do a volley, what position would you take? Yeah. So I'm going to have them hold that position. Okay? Take my second strip. So they're going to keep that position. And I'm going to actually go through and create that gap in the middle. Okay?
You did this. You actually did this. Yeah.
Okay? So she can still get that volley position. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. Okay? Come through here. So pinch. Make sure it's pinched together. And it's sealed on this side. Like so. Okay? Now we don't want that coming apart when she sprays her fingers, so what we're going to do is we're going to take another piece through here. Now this is going to be a bit too large as is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it. Okay? For this one, sometimes you can get through it, sometimes you can't. In her fingers I can't get through it on this side, so I'm just going to actually pitch right on top, like so. I've actually used pens to thread it through so that it doesn't move. So I'm going to come through here. I'm going to pinch through that joint to seal that in place. Okay? Like so. And then I'm going to take the second one, feed it through. Like so. It's a bit too long, so I'll make it a little bit shorter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create my second pinch, like so. Make sure it's sealed off, make sure she has circulation, and there's your tape job. Okay, so you can bend, and the other finger will act to split the other finger. Make sense?
Is this for a sprain?
Any kind of sprain through the finger, any kind of pain along the fingers, typically that will act to support it. The other thing you can do is you can tape right around it. That will limit all movements, and there's another way to do it along the side, but I'm not going to teach you that one for this class. So there we go. Finger spica. Peace. All right. So the second one's a little bit more complicated. This is a thumb. Again, the first part is in your notes.